Shall we start?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay. I welcome you all to the 1790th day of uninterrupted IFPH webinar. Uh, as we all know that IFPH is conducting every day 3 sessions, and our today's guest is Dr. MASHHOOD. He's a retired medical officer of Ayush Homeopathic Department, Kerala. Dr. MASHHOOD is doing self-research on homeopathy in plants and microscopic study of changes with the homeopathic medicine. He is an author of 2 books, Unwell Micro Secrets of Homeo and Herbals, The Elements of Human Body, and he is having more than 37 years of clinical experiences. And now he is here to present on the topic of a series of experiments with the homeopathy and plants. Already he had discussed in 2 sessions. Now it is the part 3 of this topic. I welcome you, Dr. Mashhood. You can take up to 45 to
Hello,
50 minutes, sir. You please allot the last 10 minutes for discussion.
all my colleagues, doctors, IFPH listeners, and now present at this forum promoting this IFPH, everybody, with my prayers, I am starting. This is my third part of my experiments. I think that my sound is okay, sir.
Okay, doctor.
Now I am trying to show you some special results which I observed from my experiments. This is a new one. My aim of this experiment is to know some elements, how they are react with our biochemic medicines and some potency medicines. Especially, I used so many medicines and elements, but now here it is a special study. I used all our biochemics with our homeopathy potency medicines. Now it is because of this thing. I think that it is very easy to understand if it is showing the pictures along with it. That is why. It's very big, I think. So I was studying with, while doing reading some books, I got a substance that is boron. All of you know about this boron. That is B, this fifth element of our periodic table. And this boron is an essential element for growth of root and cells. And it is a special action in the growth of the plants, and it's an essential element for, it's not a needed, but in our therapeutic index uses, this borax is very important medicine we know. Boron is the main element of this boric acid powder. So while reading some books, I got news that is this boric acid powder or boron is in the excess. The plants show certain types of reactions. So many elements have their own particular action on elements, on animals and plants, we know. But in the case of this boron, it is an essential, it is a very typical sign it shows. That was very interesting. And with that sign, I used this one to study our biochemic materials with the plants, which will give some certain typical indications. That is my aim or my objective of my study. Then my experiment, what is the method? Is one I took two pellets of our 1 grain biochemic, Califos, Carimoro, anything, and it is powdered and mixed with 2/3 of 1 ounce water, that is boiled and cooled water. Then it is successed 100. Then I would equal and identified, that is equal and identical Peperomia pellucida plants, 2 of them in 2 bottles. And other Caliphos, for example, in Caliphos, 2 tablets grinded, and it is mixed with 2/3 of water, and it is successed 100. Then again these another plants placed, and so a series is a row of plants placed there. After 2 or 3 days, I observed after evening, this plant is placed in the morning and in the evening, a 2 millimeter cube, that is, very small amount of boric acid powder which is brought out from medical store, is placed inside this same bottle. Just little shaking is done, no succussion. Then the plant is observed from that days onwards. That is what is my experiment. In the plants, usually, these are all the things which I used and some reports, which is not at all, not I think to show. This is new experiment, Caliphos, Calimore 200 also, procedure, everything is done. Now, starting from this, I think it is better. This is the Peperomia pellucida plant. You can see this borax 1x 18623. That is a very latest restudy it is done with this pellucida. Now I want to show, this is in 2.06, this experiment done. What you see, you can see a black portion of this plant. Actually, this very amount, there is 1x solution of borax is used for this plant. And after 1 week, the excess of boric acid, very minute amount is needed for the growth of the plant and the cells. The plant showed this type of lesion. It is a very typical lesion which produces this boron excess. That is the important sign. Everybody are interesting can see it with this boric powder, a plant, but it will be not so much so but it may be a threshold level amount that it should provoke at least a minimum of this lesion. But if it is so much, plant will die at once. With this less, the boron also shows some certain signs, some symptoms in growth. The growth of the tip of the plant and the old leaves. See, this deposition is an important one. That is, the boric acid powder when we use in a higher level, in a high dose, it will show this type of typical lesion in the older leaves only. Then later on, it will show in the simple leaves also. This is a typical lesion, means you can see now here, it is a very small one. A typical lesion which shows a half circle, not complete circle. It is shows half circle. Next picture we will see half circle. These you can see, I think that this half circle. See, old leaf, so much withered, it's very weak. Even then, the lesion is present here. See, half circle. This half circle is the most characteristic for this boron. Now, other thing I will show this. Even in calcarea, calcium, everything I showed see the lesions, but this typical half. This is not one. See, here I can see, I think that you can see I am pointing like this. This is an insect bite. That's why this picture is selected. So many pictures are there, but I selected this picture because the insect bite is also here. In this plant, this right side, it is an insect. That's the central one. Then the core, and that is an insect bite lesion. But it is the typical borax excess lesion. Now, what is the experiment done and the observations? I tabulated in a column-like fashion to study in an easy manner. See, this is that. I think that this is, you can see, or some hiding. No, there is no hiding. Hello? Everything clear, doctor?
Yes, doctor. Yes.
Hearing. Okay. Then this picture, I think that this end of the picture at that 200 shape. Then first one, the 6x potency about this is Kali more, Kali force, natrum more, Kali sulf, Silesia, Kali force, Mac force, natrum sulf, Calcarea force, and natrum force. In this experiment, B1, B2, the 6s is not done with B1, B2. What is B1, B2 means? I used this CP Kali for 6x and other Mac force everything. Last one you can see natrum force. Before that sugar is there and B1, B2 is also there. Here you can see this sugar, this B1, B2. B1, B2 is a separate test, that is boron 200 is boric acid, borax 200 potency again with this boron only, that powder used. So boron potency with this any change may have an influence on these plants. That is my intention for this B1, B2, that is boron 200. Again, the sugar is a control. Again, lower, very planned, this is water control. This is minimal water control. So you can see, I think that the experiment 6, it is very clear that 6x potency with the powder. I examined several times this experiment, repeated, and also with 1x borax powder, 2x, 3x, and every dilutions with up to 30 I examined with this biochemics. This is the only one I am showing this with the 6x potency. It is the first observation. You can see, I think that it is very see experiment on 19.8.2.06. This observation is also, this experiment has two sets of experiments. One is with the 6x and the other one is 200 with the 200. On both 19.8.2.06, this experiment done with this biochemics. You can see the kalium or first observation. This one 4.8.0.6 is the experiment. Sorry, the experiment date is 4.8.206, and after 19.8.2.06 is the observation. That is the 15.8, the first observation. You can see the kalium or this plus sign. You can see this plus sign is because this lesion produced. That is kalium or first day. First week, see the 4 to 19, 15 is the positive the lesion produced. That is the second one is the negative. The first plant positive, next second plant negative. Then on the 16.8, I think that the date you can see, or a little bit expansion you want to know. You can see the 16.8, this plant is alive. See the next one, CP, calcarea force. First 15.8 only, even these both plants are positive. Natrum or one plant positive, then other is negative. Carisol, one plant positive, one other negative. Silesia, see both plants negative. This is the importance which I want to show you. Califos also negative. Macphos also negative. Natrum force negative. Calcarea floor negative. Natrum force one positive, one negative. This is the first experiment done in my experiment on 4.8.2.06. First experiment. Then the second experiment, you can see this 19.8.2.06. That is the kalium ore. First 22.8, the observation, both plants are negative. 23 plus 1 plus 1 negative. 25th kalium ore, one plant is positive, then other is negative. Again, plus and positive. This is continued till 28.8. This plant withstand. at the 28th, both plant becomes positive and it is replaced. The plant is removed. Again, Galliphos you can see plus plus, plus negative minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. That also till last. This is on 29. The one plant is died, Gallimore died. One is still only positive. Second in Galliphos also one is this thick dark mark denotes that this plant is died. Still then the Galliphos is negative. This Natramore till up to the 28, one plant is negative and both it is removed. This round signal denotes that this plant is removed to the fresh water because so much weak, the roots or shoots are all decayed and very little green is present. That is why this marking is present. That is a Natramore. Kali sulfur also we can see this Kalimore. Again, Silesia, see negative first, negative second, third. Then on the 26th day, the one positive, one negative. Next 27th, both positive, again replaced. See, both only positive. That means now here it is not the plant, one is dead and the other it is still positive. Silesia. Galliphos is alive. Again the Galliphos also negative up to 26, then positive, both plants positive. Then one is dead on 20, yes, 3/8. That is on 31/8, 31/8, 31st. Here the Magphos also still like the Silesia, again Magphos and Natramphos. This Magphos is still negative at very long period. We see the last one, you can see on 28 Magphos up to 27. See Kali 4, Natramphos, Natram sulf also. And on the second day, till second day it is negative, then third day positive, 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 again that. See the Kali calcarea flu, negative, sorry, first day it is becomes calcarea flu positive. Here what it is observed that I will say last, what is the observation or inference? What I saw it because, see next you can see an interesting thing that Silesia 200. Everything is on new. Observations are new because see the 200. See the 200 potency. One experiment is same 16/8 to 0.06. In the first experiment, along with these 4/8 to 0.6, see 15/8, even first day, the Kalimur is positive in every day. Even in 6x low potency or in high potency, Kalimur shows similar positivity. Magphos and Silesia are nutritional plane. Magphos and Calcareophos and Caliphos usually shows a nutritional level. And Silesia is a separate one. It shows, see the Silesia 200 here, negative, negative, negative till 27/8, 200 is negative. Then it is positive and next day it died. Next day, all plants died, both plants. These other these plants, see Caliphos 200, is first day, second day, third day, fourth day, every day. First day onwards it is positive and died. Caliphos. It may be due to the nutritional effect. It absorbed in a very rare, greater extent. Boron is absorbed in a greater extent and plant died, showed the positive side. Here again, the Magphos also similar, but the Natramphos, see the positivity is more. Natramphos also. This experiment showed generally what it is the resultant of this experiment. The next slide will show. See, this is the 6x potency, the same observation is continued. See, 129, this continuation, 6x, so 2 experiment continuation. See the 200, 6x, sorry, 6x Kalimore, positive, 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 up to 6-9 next month. That is 6-9. This was present, alive. Very little alive leaf may be present. Califos also, there is a change into water. It is died almost, so it is changed in water. That is the round portion. Very little portion of green is persistent. That is this side. This natamur also likewise. Calisulf also likewise. Silesia also likewise. Here, there is no change. This is the second experiment, second observation. This Califos, every medicine, Magphos. Here, the Magphos alive very long duration. See, 19, 12-9, up to 12-9, it persists. That itself very little time. Even then, it was positive. It was not no positive. See the former places. Here, the natron was also sugar everything. Here, the 200, you can see 200 potency. This Kalimu positivity, even at the 19, it was completely decayed and died. 3-9, it is decayed. But the Kalimur 200. Again, Natramur 200, see, similar, almost similar to 6x. But the Silesia here, 200, you can see that it is still alive. That is the small portion of the plant is there. That is this side. This persists until there. 17, 12-9, 12 up to 12-9, the Silesia persists, 200 potency. What it means, that is 6x potency absorbed in a greater extent, and it showed, it will not show any signs and symptoms. It persisted, the plant persisted as such in a very long period. But 200, it was positive first, but the plant revived to up to a certain period. That is, and I want to show this experiment that Silesia is an assimilative power, assimilative medicine. That is also here. The second stage is the plant revived because of this assimilative capacity. That is what I want to share about this Silesia. I've done so many experiments with this Silesia that general Silesia's effect is this assimilative power is so much pronounced, can be seen. See here the Magphos also, what it is, negative, still present whenever this up to 6-9, is 3-9 to 6-9. Here 2-9, this the biochemic, see, very long period it persists. But the nutritional plane also it is not withstanding. Higher potency is something very much, we all know about this secondary counteraction, about something which we learned in our study classes. That is a sort of diversional action which shows in plants also this higher potency. That is what is here. It is very real. This is an experiment done in several times. I've done this experiment so many times, and so many records and problems are there. See, I wrote this book for about this book will complete this only this type of experiment. This Silesia and everything. It is done in 2006 up to till the last year also I did something about for this. Then beyond B2, the first see the 200 only beyond B2 is applied, not in the 6 potency I studied. Next I will show this. Is 200. There is the plant resists without any showing any effect. This is a special study. Now it is not to be confirmed that this higher potency with lower potency absorption or the chemical reaction of the plant or need of the plant, everything is depending on this. Again, the boron is an element which is very important for the growth of the growing tip of the plant and root tip. That is the importance. Again, the agriculture fellows know this boron is an effective element for flowering also. And this plant boron has a special effect which is very interesting for us is it carries glucose. It carries glucose sugar to the different levels of the plants. That is because of the presence of this boron in plants. That is the importance. First, this study is an important one. I used these number 10 pellets, 5 pellets dissolved in medicated pellet is dissolved in 2/3 of water and suckers 100, and the equal plants of this 3 week, yes, 3 week old plants, similar plants, with these 3 inches in length, 3 inches in length. This natrum force, again, you can see the next slide. It is very interesting. They see the similar, same continuation. That's plant is still alive. Both plants, which plants? If MAC force 6x is continuously it present. The present means its presence is in a typical way, that is very very, even a small piece of the green on the edge of the bottle may be present. That may still present for about at least sometimes for 2 or 3 months. That is what I am interested in, and this was noticed. This the 200 Silesia only at the last even it persists. This Silesia in the 6x potency, it is MAC force. So the lower potency 6x towards it acts even in a micronutrient level, and it absorbed in a greater extent, and the excess of the boron showed some lesions. That is the importance. But in Silesia 200, what it is, this is something special. See the control plant also see present. You can see the lost the control plant alive. Control plant is only up to 690, but up to 23/9, see 24/9, this plant persists. See 23/9, the next month lost, but still it is Silesia present like this. The controlling plant also died before, even before Silesia. That is why I want to show. The next slide is showing something, another one. See, the same thing which I want to show. It is the continuation of that same one. 4. See the 4. You can see. This is the same slide. This continuation up to continuation where this is only Silesia 200, not 6x. This page is complete for 200. This page is continued up to 25/10, 11, 25/11, 11. Till 3 months. Is here 30/10, up to 30/10, it was present. Now, this plant continued still alive, which is very portion. Roots are all decayed because of the water is in this biochemical sugar. First, the root may be decayed because of the sugar and other things. Yes, bad smell, you know. Then after that, shoot may be decayed. Then the leaves one by one become withered or become dead and die. But lost till that tip of that leaf is persist. That way, this line you see a line. I view this a line that persists up to 25. This is Silesia. This is what I want to show. These 3 slides shows what is Silesia. See the next one. This is an experiment done with another experiment, and there the result only. See the Silesia prolongs its life. Now that experiment, see MAC force persists. That is, it is a 6x, I think, 6C. Yes, Calimore, CP, everything 6x. Right side 200. Right side 200. The right side 200. Left 6x. Silesia persists. Here in the 200, the last day times it is positive. Till then, this positive, this 6x potency Silesia plant is almost died, and a very little portion is present. But in the 200, it is only starting positive. Even it is only starting positive. One plant died. There is something because of some insects. Certain types of plants may die due to damage also. We are not caring, it will fall down, or some cat or something may do something else. That may be so much disturbances are there. Then MAC force, see up to this 6x potency MAC force, see is still alive. Natrum force also, calcarea fluor also, then PL also. PL. This is the control. PL also persists. PL also means PL must be persist there. That is our experiment. See the next, this is one, then this is another experiment, the new experiment. Here, 200, say positive, negative, positive. Here, one thing I want to see, a new one, say a slide. See, this is this experiment. This new experiment, which I used because 1x potency, 1x boron. That means first experiment I did it with boric acid powder, that 2 millimeter cube. It's a very small amount, but this 1 millimeter means it is triturated with sugar milk and produced with this spirit. 1x dilution, 1x is produced, and this 1x is diluted with the water, and a very small portion of this succused 100 times, and one is taken, and along with this applied to the 200 potency. This is what this experiment done. Experiment 22.9.206. See the Natomo, Silesia, everything shows the positivity. Here the Kalimur, even the first date is positive. The CP negative, 1 positive, 1 negative. Silesia 1 negative, 1 positive in this case, because the assimilatory capacity is again it is nutritional plane also may be applied in this potency, what is 1x potency. Here in the boron 1x and boron 200 with the boron powder along with these two set also showed this type of separate result. So we must not think that this substance in excess will show like all these signs in all plants. But plants also may vary, but to a certain extent, not to all like we think like our material decay proving. These plants we are weak, but in a keen observation, we can see these sort of changes. This is a very new one. I did it and saw it. So many persons can do this. This is the first time I want to say that this is the first time I got the chance to show to anybody, you know, to you. And still now, I didn't show this paper from 2006 till now. Nobody's paper is still here. And just 2 or 3 weeks before, I thought that an idea and got an idea to show in this forum, this one. Because at the time only, I saw so many new things also. That was very, very much astonishing. How I concealed this and how concealed these things from me also. These are concealed in me also. That's why I am so much silent, I think. Now I am so much confirmed that the Silesia was Silesia several times I know, but this picture I written and made into this tabulation. 206 and the experiments are from 2 to 6. Up to 10, I was here in Trivandrum, and after that, I was in EDQ district as a national medical officer, and I couldn't do these type of experiments. There was not easy to collect these plants in a very cold climate, everything, and also to keeping these there is no facilities for there in my forest. Here the sugar, you can see this sugar. I am pointing the plus positive, positive, positive. This sugar I was confused because today only I got this knowledge about this sugar is conveyed by boron in plants. That is what I told you just before, that I am so much concealed and by this experiment. It's B1, B2, boron 200 with the boric powder. Here the experiment is 1x potency, 1x boron. This water control also, see, positivity is a must because it is excess. Excess will show. So I think that you are all in a state of confusion. What, but you don't remember, you don't study, you are clear and hear all these things. You must confirm with me. There is no other fact that the Silesia only studied which is with this boron gave good results, as it is an important medicine which is not a natural element in our body. Also, the Silesia is not an silica is not an important one, but it's seen only in blood cells. It has no function. It is not identified silica, but it is present. It is present in our blood cells. In plants, it is seen in our cellulose for the production of cellulose maybe, and it is not an essential element. It is not a micronutrient also. Silica. Silica is silica. Our all world, all earth is completely filled with this silica. Our earth and the plants are all living on the silica. Now it is a silica world, we know. It's electronic substances and everything. Silica with the photoelectric light is an important study. Now it is going on. Silica world is coming, and it is still there is silica, but we don't know what is about silica. This is silica. Next, I want to show some little pictures. I think that you are clear. Any doubts later you can ask. I will give. I think that you get 10 minutes. This is examination or experiment done with the Kali Moore. Later on the older classes, I told you about this Kali Moore 6X. This side of the leaves will show a type of decay or dent. That is Kali Moore. This whirly, you can see excess of Kali Moore. This Kali Moore 6X, not excess or deficiency. What it is a normal plant. See, this is another one. Same, that is whirling. This younger leaf showed this side whirling. That is the curly. This is also. This is a plant which I use for Silesia 200. When it is damaged, the twig is broken, and the broken twig is tied with the Silesia tincture, and I tested whether it is a wonder result. It showed a wonder result that the plant revived, and it grown and becomes as such. This with a stick, this plant is pasted as a broken area, which we are doing in our cases. Likewise, then Silesia tincture is applied around this with cotton pads, and the plant survived with this thick area of surrounding that silicated portion. That is the importance. Say for your all experiment, Borax 2X. See, for the last classes, I am showing these crystals. This is the Borax 2X. Applied a plant and got the crystal. This is a crystal. This is a boron crystal, I think. Boron is like usually see in other plants also, other cases, I saw this type of crystal. This is a crystal. See, this plant is an important one, very revived. See this plant, this right side, this very withered and old. See the bottom of the plant. How old is this? 4 years back. After that, this plant is revived with a homeopathic. It is the medicine used as calcareous car, arsenic alband. And last class I told you about this arsenic mixed with some protein, that is the aphid, Malayalamil munya. Aphid, which is placed on the plant, is completely died, decayed. Then this aphid is collected with the arsenic 30 and mixed with titrated, and it is dissolved in water and sprayed. That gave this type of difference. See how many chilies the plant is. This place, it is repaired. This bottom, it is replaced in another sack. That is why. After so many 1 or 2 months, the plant becomes revived, and this type of growth. See, this is the excretion. I want to show these excessive elements. That is the mineral elements which is placed. This is the excretory area. The plants usually excrete excess of the substance through this side of the leaf. Here, this is what I want to show. These is, see the leaf shows a small wave leaf, Asadira actantica leaf on this one. I was not noticed. After so many days, this leaf, see the picture shows the, what is the color, decoloration. This small decoloration is due to that leaf. See here, I'm marking this area. A leaf placed like marking is there on that green leaf. This is important because it it is because of the not getting there is the sunlight and the decayed area, and also this excess. So the plant do its excretion of the excess element not through the sides, but it is discarding. It is the discarding that area. It is not getting sunlight. That is the because of this area is there. That one that is I want to show. This is excretion is the thing which is which was studied earlier so many times. You can see the plants may excrete through the sides of the leaves. But this covered area used for excretion, decayed, that round area, because of this is discarded. That is a completely what is my in Malayalam in English thoda that is vertical area. This is the discarded area. This is a plant. Usually this plant 40 days or 50 days. After 4 months, at least 4 weeks. This is the lifespan of this Lepromia pelusa. But this plant, even you think that it's maybe during in the hanging position, it survived a lot area, long time. No, this is due to medicine. See, this is medicine. This plant survived for a long period. This is the thing. See that old leaf. See the side of the leaves, which is kali more, especially this plant shows this kali more XX. This is a plant which is still alive in my in front of the house. This is 4 years. Usually the plant's age of a chili is 4.5 years at most. In our yard area on the back of the house or some remote places of the house, there may be some 1 or 2 chilies leave after 4 or 5 years. But this is for after 4 years. This is see the blue plant. This is my experimental, very interesting plant because of these color variations can be seen. This is blue plant. See this plant also. This is the same one. See. The history of this plant is first I gave this plant a nitric acid nitrate, because I remember a person from Pakistan. I can now I am not remembering that person who he told this nitric acid is an element which is very much useful for our proteinaceous portion. That is the nucleus cell biology. Nitrates. It was an old one, but the nitric acid, according to us about the homeopathic medicines, this acid nitrate is an important one for life. Last class also I told you that nitric acid is very important for kidney diseases, urinary tract, every disease. It balances. It's the norfloxacin. It's a very important antibiotic of this allopathic medicine. So nitric acid. Here in plants also, it is a very reviving effect. That means it will not even a long period. When the first leaf itself it will present no leaf shedding, no green, no other coloration. The green persists. That is acid night. But one thing, if you do this experiment with only acid night, the flower will not come. The plant will not do any flowers. After that, I gave some antim-tar, pulsatilla, these berries, several medicines tried. And this is my experimental plant. This is still alive with the fruits. After these 4.5 years, even still these plants are flowering and new fruits are there. See, this is my experimental plants. See the plants difference. Peperomia pellucida. This is the type of experiment. See the first one as calyphos, then calymore, silicea, everything. Then the leaves are number of leaves. When first I notice the number of leaves present is there. And then how many leaves there, how many show this white color. Everything is recorded and see. This is the next one. See the dark color I was to show this is because of some typical medicines, especially Silicea vernum shows this dark coloration. This is another one. This Calimore 660, and next type of experiment, then and they observed under microscope. See, this is only chili, a chili plant. What it is? It is microscopic green leaf picture. See, this is also the green, noticing green. See, the next you see after 6, Calimore 29, 624. What happened? See, the first one is on 18. 18. Then the last, this picture is on 29.6. See, one after 2 or 3 weeks, this plant, this completely changed. Calimore 6x. This is another one. This is the same picture. Next slide. This is another slide will be. This is Silicea vernum show. See what happened. 8/4/2/17/24. This plant placed in the Silicea. It persists. 8/4/24 to 1/7, 3 months. It persists. See the stomata. That is what is important. Some persons are not all aware of these things. You please study this stomata. What happens in case of Silicea? Dr. Latif sir said that these plants need very little water. Once, when I saw this, Silicea is the most important element which has this effect. Silicea. When the Silicea powder mixed, powder 1x potency or 1x potency, mixed in a water bottle and it is placed in a place, then the second day, the water may be 3/4, because the 1/4 of the water will be completely dehydrated. That is for what these silica granules are placed inside the bags of these, inside the bags, it is placed inside the bottles of some medicines in order to avoid fungal infection and dehydration. Watering. For absorbing water, this dehydrating effect of the silica powder is substances are used inside the medicated bottles. You can see a small sac is inside this. There is a very glassy pebbles. That is silica. That silica is powdered and it is mixed in water and placed in an area, in a place. Second day or third day, you can see the water is comparatively, if you control also give, this is some other medicines. So many medicines are there with our medicines. It will definitely go down. In water also, this power is similarly. Likewise, the plant is also placed, even then the water will be absorbed in a very great extent. And that is why the water becomes very good and flourished. This plant, you can see the stomata are the areas where this is opening and closing. Why? These are the guard cells. This is the small stomata. The stomata is widening because to avoid more water and more gas. In photosynthesis also, this gas exchange also happening through the stomata of the plants. See, this is a very interesting thing which I got from my studies, that is Silicea. See the next, normal before chili. No medicine. This is chili plant. The stomata are very, very minute. We cannot even see, which is not enlarged. It is 10 magnificent. 10 magnification. See, Silicea vernum, same, similar, other slide. See, this one decayed after 4/8. After 1 month, the plant decayed. But this slide which I want to show is, see the green color even persists. See the chlorophyll complete not decayed in the case of this Silicea. After several days, so many plants will not show this green chlorophyll. Here the chloroplasts are still present. That is what I want to show by this slide. Silicea 4/8. See, this is another examination which your knowledge I am giving. There are some medicines I got, there is no fungal infection. After 2 or 3 days, the slides will become fungal. So study is not an easy one. In our climate, even in Idiki, Munnar district, I go to this very humid area. It's very difficult to see these slides. But in this area, in our, this is from our Kerala, when I was in 206. See, hydrast is second slide after 6 months. 6 months after, there is no change. Everybody know the hydrast is using for a year, internal year, externally, so many dressings. It is a very good remedy for our liver complaints. Why? The fungus. Liver is the most important site where the fungal invasion is very easy. Why? While it is damaged. In every disease, the ascites and all things. What happens? The fungal infection is will be increased. This hydrast is completely removes that, I think. That because after 6 months, see, no fungal infection. This slide is this type of experiment is done several times, and I confirmed that is the first one hydrast. Some other medicines also, Silesia, pulsatilla, beriberi, aspidosperma. Silesia and aspidosperma are the other two slides. Aspidosperma tincture. This hydrast is tincture. This is not potency. Tincture. No fungal infection attacked. After 6 months, it is so placed on the similarly on my table. My experiment are doing in my table. It's a very big table which I bought, and now my practice everything is on that table. That about 16 days it is to be kept in as such because of the drying.
Doctor,
Okay. Yes.
Doctor, a gentle reminder, we are having only 5 minutes left.
This is also Silesia 50M. Last day I showed you. This is see the acetic acid. There is something there mixed which is used for. This is another one. Yes, this is my experimental plants. See the color difference. This white. This is the normal plants. This is medicine applied Silesia, measuring everything. See the peperomia after more than 4 years. This plant's natural life is 4 weeks, 40 days minimum. 4 weeks or 5 weeks after 6 weeks. But it is 4 years after this plant is still alive. Okay, this I think that this is we can stop now, or you may be hearing these things in an admirable way because it is my own study. I did it and I saw it, and you do and you see and say to me also, yeah, I'm so much interested in these things. That's what I did with these things. These are all confirmed things about these matters. Thank you all.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Dr. Mashood, for your valuable time and for the wonderful session. You have explained everything clearly, and the session was very interesting and useful. And doctors, now if you are having anything to share, if you are having any doubts, you can raise your hands and you can ask. Dr. Ram Parvesh, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Amar, and congratulations, Dr. Mashood, sir. Very nice, essential information. Treatment and grow the plant, homeopathic medicine, biochemic medicine. So very good explanation. Dr. Mashood, sir, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you a lot, sir. Thank you.
Hello, I am visible.
Hello.
Masood sir.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello. I can
Ah.
hear, sir. Hello. Hello.
Sound not clear. Hello. Sound clear, sir.
Hello. Unmute, sir. And I can't see you. I can hear you. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shweta. Congratulations, Dr. Masood sir.
Thank you, sir.
Very nice presentation. Excellent session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent
Okay, sir. Okay,
and
sir.
a
Thank
good,
you. I can see.
a
I can
good,
hear you.
a good
Thank you.
treatment, chemic and medicine. Very essential. Thank you. Very, very thanks.
Thank you, doctors. Thank you, Dr. Mashu. And it is time for the next session. I'll hand over the session to next moderator.